Welcome back to TaskForcePodcast, an airsoft podcast made by the airsofters for the airsofters.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the show.
We're a minute early.
This is who we're with, and here's the actual live screen.
Did you not have it on the live screen?
No, I pushed the wrong
It's
button.
still not on the live stream.
Totally pushed the wrong button.
No, it will be. That's
It is. I mean, there's a
Delayed.
delay. We're
Yeah.
watching it and
Your face
streaming
is
it at the
delayed.
same time.
your face. Anyway, welcome, Skydaddy.
If you guys don't know who Skylar is by now, I feel like you just
Yeah,
watch
you
the
guys
show.
suck.
I'm just a nobody.
He's everybody.
This is accurate and wrong.
He's
at the
this.
same time.
He's the guy that will do anything you ask, but then tell you something stupid if you ask and it's dumb.
I'm nasty. That's Snake.
Hello. What up, you loser?
This
Who's this guy?
Stay fearless.
Stay fearless.
Stay fearless.
Stay fearless.
Who is this guy? You know him?
Crow?
Yeah.
Crow's
Shadow.
Crow's shadow.
Crow
No
Shadow.
idea.
Crow's. I feel
I'm
like
playing
you
Crows.
I
I don't know,
I
dude.
feel like you could have went with one S, honestly. To be 100% with you.
I don't know. I just
The A could have been a 4. That'd have been dope. The O's be a 0.
Yeah, you could have
Like,
just
this was
used
like
numbers instead of letters
Right.
to write
S's,
things.
5s.
Don't listen to that guy.
Anyway,
I have no idea who.
I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to call you out like that.
I don't know. I threw like, hey, I'm going live, on this podcast about my Crabistan experience.
Sweet. So let's talk about mud crab.
Oh, dude.
What was it like? Tell me off
Okay.
the rip.
Okay.
We're gonna just jump into
First
this.
of all, this was their very first 48-hour immersive event.
48?
48-hour.
No, I won't forget you.
Huh.
It was.
I don't forget you.
It was great, to be honest. I had a lot of fun. There's a lot of things they can do better, obviously.
Should we hit the negatives first?
Oh, I'm gonna save the negatives, like everything, for the last.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say my experience first.
I'm saving everything for last.
Right.
All right, so
Do your thing. Let's hear it.
we get
Not make it awkward.
we
but
get down to
here, do it.
D-Day Park, which is in Oklahoma. If you've never
Fire.
been to D-Day Park,
Fire.
Just
to
go
D-
back many videos and you'll watch it at least once in every episode.
Right.
It's
That's
a
how
great,
good
it's a
it
great
is.
place.
That's how good
Let me
it
tell
is.
you. All right, so we get down to D-Day Park. Great place. We check in. We get told, hey, if you guys wear your costumes to check in, we'll give you more money. So we
Ooh.
put all our costuming on.
What's money? What's
Wait,
their
hold
version
on.
of
Wait,
money?
hold on. And what's a costume? What was the costume?
Right. What was this costume?
So I'm probably on a FBI watch list right now, by as much as, yeah, this right here.
What was your costume?
That's
that
it?
is my costume.
What was your character's name?
Oh, I just went by Skylar, but
Oh, that's lame.
I know it's lame. I couldn't remember Habib. I was in the moment. I was
Could have
lost.
been Habib or
Habib.
I was lost in the sauce all weekend.
Ali
no,
Bean?
so
You
I
could have
bought
been
this-
like Ali Beans. That would have
Ali
been
Bean.
cool.
No, so I bought that hat. I had that orange rug looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought those pants. Those pants were so comfortable. And then I just bought one of those like little white white beaters.
But you know what's dope? You are saucing you're just saucing in this
Oh,
picture.
dude.
You got the task force patch. You got the Mattis patch.
I got the Go F Yourself patch. That's like it's a Go F Yourself, but it's like in a rabbit.
You got the
Arabic?
big old,
Arabic?
the big old Bix.
Yeah, dude. You out there now? Manny? I know. Love. I'm sorry, dude. I was just giving you shit. I feel heartbroken. I don't feel heartbroken. I'm just dumb and I don't remember things and
Same.
people.
You should just nasty forgets everybody.
I do.
So we get down there, we do our costuming, we take a couple photos, whatever. We go set up our camp. Well, we went to Con, South Village. This is the best village. Don't care who you are. Fuck you, North Village, and you.
A-Town down, baby.
You heathens.
Yeah, fuck you, Northside.
So
Southside.
we set up our camp. We go back out. We get debriefed. I meet up with Mac. Talk to Mac for like 5 seconds, and then we're like, "All right, guys, we're
Shout
gonna
out,
go
Mac.
back. We're gonna go back to our little camping area."
Where did you guys camp at?
Where
Well,
was it?
we literally camped in Con.
Oh no shit.
Like we camped literally in Con.
Did campsites bounce around, or
No.
was that it?
That was it.
It.
It gets it. Oh man, let me tell you about the campsite. So we set up our camp. We're going in. We're like do. Oh Wade was like, yo, Skylar, y'all want to smuggle some drugs? And we're like, I was like,
course.
hell yeah, I want to smuggle some drugs. So
This
he's
is
like,
fake drugs, YouTube.
these are fake drugs,
yeah,
government,
this is a-
and Minecraft. These are
Nelson.
drugs in Minecraft,
Yes,
government.
definitely cocaine.
The fuck is wrong with you?
What?
Grape Uncrustables are second tier at best. Strawberry is superior?
Dude, grape.
I think you're fucking wrong. So
I
just
do.
so we're all clear, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
We're gonna make this permanent. Wrong. There you go.
Okay, so we get in our vehicle. We throw the drugs in the hidey spots, which didn't really matter because evidently Russians didn't care that we were smuggling drugs the whole weekend.
Yeah.
It was great. Like, there's more on that in a minute. So we get in our truck. We start we start driving. We get to this checkpoint. And they're like, all right, everybody get out. And I'm like,
Oh,
Why?
shit.
I was like, why? Why? This is our home. Like, you can't make us get out.
That's our home.
This is our home. Like, we're literally a natural disaster right now. We're not getting out of our car. And then, like, they start yelling at us, like, immersion on. Like,
Yeah?
Like, get the fuck out of the car. We don't have iPro, so they can't technically shoot us, but they're, like, pointing the guns at us
Right.
and whatnot. And we're just like, no. Make me.
Damn.
So then,
Let him know.
like, get the fuck out of the car. So we end up getting out of the car. And then, like, they're, like, searching, like, this deuce and a half. And they're like, all right, we need your papers. And we're like, what papers?
Right. This is my home.
This is my home. I'm like,
Right,
I left it.
this is mine.
I left it at my house. Why do I need my ID? And they're like, well, we're going to take photo evidence and blah, 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 blah. And we're just like,
No.
no.
Negative.
Negative. So, like, I give them my ID. And they're like, all right, we're going to take a photo. I was like, okay.
Did you get to draw your ID?
No, so they gave us, like, this little, like, piece of, not cardboard, but a little piece of paper with, like, a stamp on it. We were going to make fake IDs,
That would have been dope.
but someone forgot the printer.
Oh, sad. So just print a bunch of them off.
Print a bunch of them off and just hand them out to people.
Oh, yeah. That'd be sick.
Oh, dude, we had so many.
Why is his name McLovin?
Right. That'd be dope.
We were going to do counterfeit money and just flood the system with counterfeit, but forgot the printer. And their money was yellow, so didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And then they had, like, gold coin, like yellow Monopoly paper.
Oh, okay.
With, like,
For
different-
sure.
For, like, different people's faces. Like, one was, like, Wade, another one was, like, Isaac, I think.
Sick.
It was cool. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Oh.
So we go in, basically tell, like, they're like, okay, guys, there's going to be a cool party at Colville at, like, 9 o'clock at night. You do not have to wear your goggles because you should not be shooting people. No, I don't think there's any shooting going on. So we're like,
No one ever shoots anyone in
Yeah,
a club. Ever.
so
Not once.
So we're like talking, and I'm like, you know what? I've been to D-Day Park like so many times. I just want to go. Like, I'm there. I can go walk around freely.
Yeah.
And no one cared.
No.
Like,
That's sick.
I'm not wearing like 10 pounds of gear going through a
Right.
forest. Like, I'm wearing like minimalist, like a fanny pack.
You could go all day.
I can go all day.
All day.
Like, I'm just walking around, like, minding my own business. I find the fucking Russian camp, like, there. I'm just walking
That's
through the
why we
forest,
keep them.
and I'm like, I hear talking, so I'm like, I'm walking, just minding my own business, looking for drugs. They're like, hey, go find drugs. I'm like, okay, yeah, no big deal.
What were the drugs in this?
What were the drugs?
Okay, so the drugs are beans.
Like, what kind of beans? The beans you
Like
buy
the-
at like the store? Like
yeah.
just pinto
Like-
bean type things?
Yeah, pinto beans, like the ones you walk up in the grocery store and you just slap the F out of it.
Slap. I don't slap beans.
Beans.
Bean slapping's bad.
Beans.
So
those
real
are-
beans.
So yeah, actual beans. And Isaac was literally like, "Do not eat these beans. You will die, and I will laugh." And then he said it like 3 more times.
So those are actually bad for us to eat?
Yeah, evidently you can't eat beans raw. And then if you go back one photo,
It's fine.
those are the quote unquote seeds, or like the legal version
Of dope?
of dope that is used to refine to make the drugs, the beans.
I'm interested.
So
Time to do some smuggling. LOL. Habib.
Jesus.
Mac. Shout out Jesus.
Shout out Jesus. It gets better.
Mad shout
So
out Jesus.
I'm walking around, just doing my thing. I find the Russian camp right off the bat. I keep walking. I should have walked right through their base.
Bought drugs.
So we were.
Would you like to buy drugs?
Would you like to buy drugs? No. So I keep walking. I walk into Colville. I'm just doing my thing, just walking around, talking to people. Blah 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 blah. I get to airport. You know how airport has that giant hill that goes straight right down? I walk down that hill. I was like, I'm just going to go walk around. Let's go see what I can see. I'm just a simple goat herder. I'm going to go do my thing.
Help, Habib fan.
So I walk all the way down. So these kids are so silly string is considered pepper spray.
Oh, that would suck to get my eyes, though.
This kid points it at me, and it's like, do you have any drugs? And I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, right? Fight me.
Fight me, kid. I have a knife on. I'll stab you. I don't care. So they walk oh, we're looking for drugs. Again, this is gonna be way more funny for you guys. Later on in the story, everybody's looking for these drugs.
Right.
So there's two types of drugs. There's the bean drugs.
Me.
That are illegal AF, and then there's these black pucks. And I only ever saw one of them.
Is it like heroin?
No,
What
it's
up,
so you
What
can
up,
get medic
Ricky?
water. So if you find the green drug, the bean drugs, you go to the South Village, Best Village, you can get it turned into beans, and then you go make money.
Oh,
But the black pucks were up in Colville, somewhere in Colville. Never saw any. And then you turn them into the Northern Tribe leader, and he gives you medic water. Input test said he's looking for drugs.
Yes. Inept. Next month.
And so I'm walking around looking for these cool things.
Both of those.
And I walk down the hill, and I start banking to the right.
Okay.
And what do I see?
You see a puck.
No.
Oh.
I see people hiking through the forest. And I just stand there.
Like players or
players.
Oh, okay. I was that'd be crazy.
These people are just hiking through the forest. And I'm just standing there watching them. I'm like, okay, cool. I metagame, not trying to metagame. I know who they are.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So all of a sudden I get a call saying, hey, dinner's done. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll be there about 30 minutes. This is like a 30-minute walk I just took. And I got turned on walking all the way back uphill. So I start walking back, and I get back to our campsite. And I'm like, hey, Christian. He's like, what? I'm like, I know where the Green Berets are at. And he's like, what? How do you know? I'm like, I saw them. And he's like, how did you see? I was like, I went on a walk. And I was like, oh, yeah, by the way, the Russian base is here. He's like, cool.
You go on a walk and find out massive intelligence.
Yeah.
While looking for drugs.
So he's like, where are they at? And I told him. He's like, oh, I know exactly where they're at. And I said, cool. He's like, I'll go make contact with them later. I was like, ah, cool. So we decide to do our drug selling business because the Russians suck at finding drugs.
Imagine.
So we cut the bag open. By the way, Wade and them didn't realize that we would actually just start selling beans right off the bat.
Seriously.
I was like, hey, wait. Because I was like, hey, admin, come here real quick. And they're like, what? I'm like, what do we do with these beans? He's like, what beans? I'm like, oh, Wade gave us a bunch of beans to smuggle in here. And he goes, okay. I don't know.
Sell them.
He's like, sell them. And I'm like, what? Do they do anything? If I give them, do they quote unquote snort them, smoke them? He goes, what do they? He's like, have fun. And I said, all right, cool.
Turn up.
And I was like, I called Wade over because I was in the middle of a drug deal.
Business.
And I was like, wait. How much do I sell these for? And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm selling drugs, dude. And he's like, I did not think that far ahead.
Yeah.
Word was like, sorry to break your game so early, but
how much were you selling for what?
Okay, so the best price that I ever got while dealing was...
Wait, you negotiated? Prices are non-negotiable.
Oh no, prices were negotiable. I found a drug kingpin that I was delivering to.
Oh.
So a dime bag was like five coins, and then a big bag was worth like 20 something.
Selling them zippies for 20.
Oh, dude, these bags were big.
Yeah.
And so I go back, and he's like, okay, yeah, whatever, cool. So later in the night, Christian's like, yo, I'm going to go make contact. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll be here. So I'm playing this card game with these, like, pro Northern Tribe members. And we're sitting there playing a game, and, like, they have, like, this net set up for a door. And we're sitting there playing a game. This guy walks in, and, like, I pull my knife out, and they're like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, how much to get in? And he's like, this guy's like, you just walked into my house. And, like, we start going off. We're like, get out. Like, how dare you? This is disrespectful. How dare you walk into someone's house?
This would have been dope.
So then the guy leaves. This is the funny part. Okay, by the way, everybody here hates Russia. Like, this is, like, pro, like...
Fair enough.
They invaded our country after we had a mudslide. That's weird! I wonder who caused the mudslide. And then we can't go see our power plant because it exploded. That's weird. Our power plant exploded and the Russians come in the next day. That's weird.
That's weird.
That's weird.
That's weird. That's totally not tactics not happening right now.
So anyways.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So this guy goes, knock, knock, knock. He left. And we're like, who is it? And he's like, oh, just a Russian soldier. We're like, go fuck yourself. Get out of here. And, like, he laughed, and we all just busted out laughing.
Could he have shot you? Right
he could probably kill
us.
War crimes?
Dude, I love war crimes. Dude, I would all the time. We do war crimes all the time. No one catches us though.
So we get him going. I'm trying to do business with these guys. I give them some samples because, you know, if you give them samples, they'll come back because they know. Oh, this guy's got the good stuff. Like,
right.
So. Which actually helped because one of the guys came up to me and was like, yo, I got that black puck you were looking for. And I'm like, yo, have some illegal drugs. He's like,
trade.
He's like, oh, dude, sweet. I'm like, okay, cool. So we interact a little bit. And then the U.S. Special Forces the Green Berets come in. And I'm like, I'm looking for them. So I'm like, yo, I want to hang out with Mac a little bit. Yeah. Like, I want to see my buds.
Shout out
Mac. So I find him, we talk. And I'm like, yo, dude, we're in the South Village. And I'm like, dude, we're pro, like, Green Beret. Like, we want to do business with you guys. And he's like, all right, cool. We walk back to our camp. It starts raining a little bit. We were going to go to the power plant to go sneak into the power plant because it's dark AF. You can't handle your alcohol and you won't handle drunks, my guy.
This is real.
This dude, like, stops conversation to read it.
I read a lot. Huh. Alright, so it rained a lot.
Imagine that.
Like a lot?
Like it was
like just fucking like Forrest Gump type rain.
Like it's just embrace this like just like so I have like my tent's like quote unquote waterproof.
Right.
Did you know waterproof only means if it's not monsooning?
Dude, it was splitting the fabrics of your tent.
Yeah.
So
warped time space.
Like so we get texts saying, hey, game is delayed until like 9 o'clock. Game is delayed until 9:30.
Damn.
Like you
Play
can still
that shit through.
No, not game delay. Like you can't open fire until like 9:30. Like you can still walk around, do your thing, whatever.
Yeah, like that's time to commerce at that point, you know.
So we're sitting there, we're talking. Rain finally stops. CIA van rolls up.
Yep.
And we're like,
what up, bud?
We're like, what up, dude? Who are you? And he goes, you're a courier, right? And I was like, yeah, what you need? And he's like, I need you to go deliver a message. And he's like, wait, you guys are pro Green Beret? We're like, yeah, fuck Russia. He goes, oh, cool, because we almost killed you all last night because we thought you guys were pro-Russians. We're like, nah, fuck the Russians. So he's like, yo, I need you to go run a message up to the northern camp saying the meeting is going to be at noon. No.
What? Dude, you just like... And then just... Are you reading? Is that what you're doing, is reading?
Yes, I'm reading.
Okay.
So I like, yeah, man, I can do that. So I'm like, I walk up to Colville. I find the village elder. And I was like, yo, some dude said the meeting's still on at like 10 o'clock or something. He goes, oh, well, they told me noon. I'm like, well, let me make a phone call.
It's 10 now.
So I call him. He goes, yeah, still 10. I was like, yeah, still 10 o'clock. And he's like, I'm very mad about this. And I'm like, dude, don't kill me. Like, I'm just a messenger.
Yeah, don't kill the messenger.
So I start walking back, and the Russians are there, like, investigating, doing whatever Russians are doing. And they go, we're gonna go to con now. Like, blatantly as loud as they could have been. And I was like, that's cool. So I get ahead of them, and I'm like, yo, they're on their way. And they're like, all right, cool, thank you. So I'm walking down. This bigger guy is, like, walking up with, like, shotgun in one hand and, like, a grenade launcher in the other. And he, like, points the gun at me, and he's like, give me your money. And I'm like, no.
Negative.
Go F yourself? And he's like, fair. And I just, like, walk off. I'm like,
sounds good.
You're not mugging me today, bud.
So, were you involved in, like, any firefights or any actual, like, executions because the drug deal went bad? Like, what's happening?
I got a guy killed.
Explain.
I will in a minute.
Okay.
It's in the story.
Oh, it's in the story.
You told me.
Yeah.
I'm going linear, bud.
Fair enough. I just questions, you guessed.
Oh, so
linear.
So I walk back.
We're just watching the story unplayed.
Right, fair.
So I get back. The first face I see are like green berets. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I see Mac. Mac makes eye correct. I'm like, out. Like, Hanson was like, get the fuck out. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, I run up to him like, Russia's on their way. He's like, cool. So I'm like, I saved your ass. He's like, yo, we gotta go. So they fucking leave. And I walk up to the village elder. And y'all see those movies where, like, the white guy, like, I'm like, I know what's going on. This guy wasn't in our tribe last night, but he's here now, talking to our elder, and won't leave our elder's side's hip. And I'm like, did you not hear me? The Russians are coming. And he goes, I'm a civilian. And I said, okay. Sure you are,
They
bud.
don't care. They don't care.
I know who he is.
Yeah.
So that guy was cool. I don't remember his name, but he's part of the Gorillas. Mm-hmm. He's really cool guy. So we're sitting there, we're talking to CIA guy. He's like, all right. So then Russian comes in, and like they start like blah 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 blah. We feed them breakfast. Like we're in the middle of making pancakes, and one of them goes, hey, how much for a pancake? And like we start spouting off, like, does your military not feed you? Like, you invade our country and you can't feed your own men? Like,
right.
What is this? And so we feed them. Like, they buy some pancakes and some orange juice, and
That's dope.
Dude.
That's dope.
And they're like, hey, we want to set up a quote-unquote embassy so we can... Dude, shout out to the Russians. Did
they go full, like, hard government on you?
Dude, they embraced the suck.
Nice. Shout out
like,
Russian.
The Russian, like, we went in swinging. Like, we hate... Like, how dare you make us get out of our car to go to our house? Like, we went swinging hard. And so, we're like... The villager was like, yeah, we would like to make peace. There was no peace.
No peace.
No peace. So, they set up a landline. Somebody, no idea who, committed a war crime and cut the cable.
Awesome.
No. Like, this was like some guy bought this cable and ran it himself.
Oh.
Real life money.
And just some dude walked up and was like negative.
And just cut it.
But you know what? Maybe that guy, he was lost in the sauce of the game.
Maybe.
He's like, no talk. All right.
But that committed some war crimes. I don't know if they ever figured it out who did it, but...
The dude with the scissors.
The dude with the scissors. So, we start talking to Russia, and we're like, blah, 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 go away. We don't want you here. And they're like, yeah, we're going to set up an embassy. And they're like, okay, whatever. So then the village elder's like, all right, if you guys want to set up an embassy, you have to do the sacred dance.
Was it the Crip Walk?
No, it was the YMCA.
Oh, my God.
The guy literally made them do yoga doing the YMCA.
That's funny. That's funny, dude.
Oh, it was great. And so, and like one of them didn't do it right. Elder pulled out a pistol, cocked it, tried to shoot him, misfired. Cocked it again, shot him, misfired. He goes, "You're allowed to live today because the God said so."
Whoa, that's actually kind of fucking wild, man. Could you imagine sitting there, click, and you're like, okay, so later?
So, like, we let him go.
LARPing makes me laugh.
LARPing, hard LARPing.
So then, like, CIA guy shows up and is like, "Yo, we need to go to this meeting. We got, like, 15 minutes, and we got to get there now." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Yo, Mr. President, we got to fucking go." And he's like, "I got to talk to my people." I'm like, "No, we got to go. You got a meeting." So we get him in the vehicle. We do an escort. We clear the road, make sure there's no trouble. We get up there, and we set up a perimeter watch. And we're like, we keep seeing these figures in the woods, like on the downslope. We're like, who are these people? Yeah. So then, like, we're sitting there watching, and we figured out it's the Green Berets providing overwatch on the downhill slope. So we're like, all right, cool. So we walk further into the town a little bit. Not into town, but like on the road.
Right.
Just to provide a better overwatch. And all I hear is, "Hey, Sky! I'm like, who the fuck's saying my name? I look over and Jesus is just standing there like, "Get the fuck over here." I'm like, "All right, cool." I'm like, I walk over and he goes, "You need to check your man." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He points at this guy, and he goes, "Dude's taking photos of us and asking us like who we are and like where's this one guy at." And
what the fuck?
yeah. So I'm like, "I got it covered, boss." So I walk up, I'm like, "Hey man, you need to back off." And he goes, "Why?" And I'm like, "You just need to back off. Like, we're trying to do stuff here. You need to back the F off." And he goes, "I don't like them." And I'm like, "I don't care who you like.
Right.
We got an agenda, and you need to back the F off." So he turns around and walks off. I walk up to him, I walk up to Matt, I'm like, "Yeah, we got it covered." Go back to doing this, blah, 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 blah. I get the bright idea to go, Mac was like, "Yo, go tell the guy, not the American, but the civilian guy that was with us the whole weekend that we're in the forest. Just let him know he's safe." I'm like, "All right, yeah, cool." So I walk up, and this guy's like, "I need your gun." I'm like, "Yeah, cool, whatever." Like, this is like full on, like...
Wait, you just de-armed yourself?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the village elder meeting.
Fuck the elder.
No, we like the elder. We like my elder.
No, well, like your elder, but you ain't taking my gun. You can take somebody else's gun.
It's a peaceful meeting, and no guns are allowed.
Mm-hmm. Except for the Green Berets.
I don't make the rules. So I walk in, I whisper in his shoulder that his friends were there and blah 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 blah. So I walk out, and this guy will not like stop like as soon as like he got on the phone, and I was like, fuck. So the meeting gets over with, and I'm like, I need to find the CIA guy because like I need to tell him what's going on, and he's like, "Kill him." The CIA guy's like, "We're gonna pull up, we're gonna throw him in the back of this van, and we're gonna kill him." I'm like, "Yes, I got a guy killed."
Yeah.
Like, so we roll up in the van, like we stop it, we jump out, we throw him in the van. He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "You're about to get executed." He's like, "We're on the same team." Like, dude ended up getting executed. It was cool.
That's awesome.
Like,
so
we're on the same team. Doesn't matter.
Not today.
Not today. You're taking photos of my friends.
Yeah, you commie /
So what were you gonna ask?
So what gunfights did you get into? Did you actually? Is this a different Milsim for you this time? Right?
Oh,
it was just a
there
total.
Was no, I barely shot at all.
Wow.
Like I should have brought like a pistol. Like I didn't even brought a gun. So after that, we go back to the village, and the village elder's like, "All right, bring me the plants of my people." And we're like, "Okay, where are these plants at?" Yo, I don't know who to put these plants out, but they said south of Khan. We went south of Khan for over an hour looking for these neon green strings.
Oh, so you're looking for a plant, like...
Yeah, we're looking for these quote-unquote plants.
But there's... Oh, dude. That would suck ass.
And, like, I'm wet. Like, my socks are wet. I'm wet. I'm just, like, kicking bushes. Like, this is fucking bullshit. They said the south of Khan. And they're like, "Oh, well, it's supposed to be at eye level." I'm like, "Well, Wade is, like, 5'2". And he's like, "All right, well, Look at dick level.
Take careful.
So like we're sitting there like trying to find these leaves. Landon finds a paintball gun like buried in mud.
Really?
Like you can't even cock it.
Wow.
Because it's so rusted. It was great. And so we go like, yeah, dude, we can't find these plants. Like, we don't know what to do. So, like, I'm texting Wade. I'm like, yo, you guys said south of Con, and we touched the fence line. Where are these at? And he's like, hold on. They were at the west of Con. A whole different direction.
So, did your adventure now lead you west?
Our adventure did lead us west.
How many did you find? Was it the whole
All of
handful? Oh, all of wow.
There were like all over 200 cords.
Like chunks of cords.
Chunks of cords, like 200. And we
That's
brought them
fucking
back.
wild.
What do they do with them?
Break them down.
We break them down and make them into beans, into drugs.
Okay, right. They get refined into beans.
Yeah. So then we were like, all right, let's go up to Colville since we have these drugs. I went full immersion drug smuggler.
Yeah.
I took off my boots. I put 2 dime bags of beans in my boots. I'm like, oh, surely, because they can search you, and you can consent to where they can actually like search you and like.
Right.
And the only rule was you can't stick stuff in your prison wallet.
I don't have deadly beans in my ass right now. Like, what?
Like, you can't stick stuff in your underwear, and that was basically the rule.
That's no fun.
Right. Don't take that paracord out of my ass. Like, what the fuck?
So we got.
Is there a beanbag?
So like, I walk up there. No Russians stopped me. Like there was no Russians. I'm like, man, this is stupid. I can just put these in my pocket. But what's the fun in that? So I walk up to the elder and I was like, yo, I got some beans that I need to sell. And he's like, okay. I'm like, is there a good place we can sit? And he just like looks around and he goes, we can do it here. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to put my arm on you because they're in my boots. Because I thought there would be more patrols, and there was no patrols. And he's like, that's very clever. And I'm like, I'm kind of sad, but whatever.
Yeah, because you wanted that experience. You wanted to be stopped and asked and, you know, the frisked.
Oh. So.
I wanted someone to touch me.
I wanted someone to touch me.
Is that a bag of beans you got there
Or
in
is
your
that your
bucket? Or is that a dick?
Oh, are you excited?
So we go. He's like, oh, you're a courier. I need you to deliver a message for me to NATO. I was like, yeah, I can do that. No problem. So I give him drugs. He gives me money. And then he gives me more money to go deliver a message. So I'm like, go down to NATO. Not NATO. Russia. I literally walk into their camp. A knife, like, right here. And I'm like, and, like, they all look at me. And I'm like, I wonder if they're going to point their guns at me. No. Like, I pull my, like, hey. I put my gun, I take my knife out, I put it in the ground. And I'm like, look at me, I'm defenseless.
No, please don't shoot me.
I have nothing.
Yeah. So then, like, I walk in, and they're like, you didn't have to do that. And I'm like, you guys should be better guards.
No shit.
Like, I could just, like, walked up with a grenade and be like, thump.
Right.
Peace.
Took yourself and everybody with you.
Yeah.
Habib.
That was funny. So I'm like, yeah, here's here's a message. And they're like, all right, cool.
Did they allow tag-ins?
Did not see any tag-ins.
Well, I mean, at this point, it sounds like it was all for immersion more than war.
Only reason I ask is how motherfucking fun would it be?
Oh, wait, no, I did see tag-ins.
To get, like, 3 tag-in launchers, right? And then get the Reaper rounds, and then just randomly go out into the woods and be like, doo-dum, doo-dum, and launch 6 fucking Reaper rounds into their camp, and then just leave.
Right, fair
enough. We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to that.
Like, just random mortaring them.
Right,
like,
that'd be sick.
So, I forgot why they wanted to talk for some reason, whatever. So I go back to my camp. I'm telling people what I was off to doing blah, 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 blah. And so then we go looking for beans again. Because why not?
Why not?
And so we're like, you know what? Let's go fight people.
Yeah.
So they made contact. I think they made contact with Rush. This is what happens when the show gets delayed by 2 weeks. I start forgetting things.
Well, we have to. I got to stop and ask. You know.
So I'm trying to remember what happened after. It's all a blur.
Yeah, a lot goes on. You do a lot. Like,
Yeah.
that's full immersion, no hard milsim, right?
It was dope. Like, I had a great time. So, I go back. Oh, yeah, the CIA guy was like, you guys want to go do some hood rat shit? And we're like, yeah. And they're like, all right, well, let's go do hood rat shit. So we went off to Colville again to do another meeting or something. Went back to Con. That wasn't really much of anything that went on. We were just doing a bunch of drug smuggling. Russia attacked the camp 4 times in a matter of 30 minutes.
Jesus.
Oh, dude, we were pissed. Because, like, we were sitting there, like, I wasn't mad.
Right.
Because I was like, I know what I signed up for. I've watched MSW. That's what, like, Kyrgyzstan was about. Based on, like, their MSW event.
Right.
And they just wanted to take a leap. Which,
Right.
so I'm
Sounds
like,
like it
I'm
was
sitting
fun.
there, and I'm trying to eat, like, food. And all of a sudden, I hear hit, and I'm like, what? And I look over, and, like, 4 Russians are walking over this bird, guns pointed at us, and I'm like, fuck. And they, in the safety brief, they told us the only safe spot is inside your tent. No one can go inside your tent without your permission. I'm like, I'm gonna engage these motherfuckers.
Right.
So, like, I pull up the G36, I go, pop, pop, I die. I'm like, all right, whatever. My guys get hit, and they're mad because they're trying to eat. Like, I'm like,
Right. Like, I'll catch you eating. I don't care.
Like, we're kind of...
We're in war.
Like, they start
Right.
yelling at each other, and the Russian CEO was like, dude, you're in a 48-hour immersion event. Like,
This is real.
this is real.
So go die, but if you're genuinely hungry, dude, go eat. Like,
right.
be a human.
Like,
Eat while you're dead.
Yes.
eat while you're dead. So, like, I explained, like, guys, like, you shouldn't really be mad because, like, well, they're shooting at our tents. Like, I mean...
That's annoying.
That's annoying. Like, whatever. Like, whatever. So that made a lot of people mad. They did it again.
And again.
And again. So then...
Welcome to Milsim.
Welcome to Milsim.
Right.
You want to know what we did about it? We sent, like, 5 people to go ambush their tents, like, their camping area. And you want to know what the result of that was? Okay, we promise not to shoot your guys' tents up again if you promise not to do that to us.
Really?
Yeah, we caused the peace treaty to not engage in the villages.
That's badass. Because I'm going to come slay you. I'll send the homes.
Yeah, and then, so the CIA guy's like, hey, bud, we're really pissed off that they attacked our village. Go give this note saying that the northern village wants to talk peace. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. As I'm walking away, like, we're going to suicide bomb their ass. I'm like, okay, that's kind of dope. So I walk up, and they're like, they're on edge. I'm like, hey, guys, Northern Tribe wants to, like, talk peace. And they're like, nah, fuck them. Fuck the Northern Tribe. They just came and attacked us. And we're like, okay, well, they just want to talk peace. And the CO's like, no. Let's go hear them out. And I'm like, oh, man, I really want you guys to hear them out.
Yeah.
And they're like, when's this meeting? And I'm like, oh, about 5 minutes on the south side of town. And they're like, nah, 30 minutes north side of town. And I'm like, all right, whatever. And the guy's like, he's like, I want you to go He's like, oh, yeah, well, why do you care? Because you're just Northern Tribe. And I'm like, dude, I just care about money.
Right. I'm here for the
I'm not going
bang.
to tell you because you're Russian. I'm not going to tell you what they're actually going to do.
Right.
But
I'm here to get that paper.
Yeah.
Right.
So the guy's like, all right, well, go shoot the guy that gave you that message. And I'm like, 10 coins, please.
Wow.
And the guy's like, he tells me to go fuck myself. He's like looking for coins. And he's like, yeah, go F yourself. And I'm like,
Damn.
you guys wonder why I don't like you.
Right. I was going to do it, but, like, fine.
Right.
I'm gonna need money for this task.
Yeah. If you want me to go kill somebody, you're going to pay me to kill somebody.
So then, like, I walk back and I find the suicide van, and I'm like, yo, they don't want to do the meeting, but this is when the meeting is going to take place. And they're like, okay, cool, we'll do that. So they go off and do other CIA shit. Meanwhile, like, I'm hanging out with Mac, like, the whole time. Like, we'll go see Mac. I'm like, yeah, what's up, Mac? And we'll talk and do bullshit. saved his ass. He saved my ass a couple times. It was a pretty good time. Set up an ambush. Went to Russia. I'm so pro to being like,
It's that way.
like I'm so used to being Russian and be like, yeah, fuck you, NATO. But this, I was like civilian doing civilian things.
Selling drugs.
I am a law-abiding citizen.
Drug smuggling.
Drug smuggling.
I do the speed limit.
Message smuggling. So I sit there and I'm like, yo, guys, there's going to be a huge drug shipment coming from Con, going to Colville at noon. And the guy's like, all right, cool. And we're like, do a patrol. Don't do a setup. Don't set up a patrol base. Just do a patrol. And they're like, okay, cool. You guys want to hear something funny? So this guy walked up with a whole bunch of, like, string. And was like, yo, we like some drugs. At 11:55.
No way. So that wasn't real. This whole.
No, they were gonna set up an ambush, but they went up to go. The CIA went up to go set up an ambush.
Right.
For Russian. Because the whole goal for South Village was to get Russia out. Because we really just did not want Russia in our business.
So it just so happened a dude really walked through.
Yeah, walked
with
up,
a bag of seeds on him.
Yeah, walked up with a bag of seeds and was like, yo, I would like to make drugs. And he's like, the guy's like, yeah. So we give him drugs and he walks off and I bust out laughing.
That's wild.
And the prophet was like, what's so funny? I'm like, it's like 5 till noon and there's supposed to be a checkpoint set up and he's about to walk right through it.
That's awesome. Fuck that guy. Yeah, like,
I was gonna tell him,
away for a long time.
It'll be funnier this way. So then I take a nap. Like I sit in my chair and I just take a nap. And I wake up later on the radio. Hey, there's local merchants / travelers in the Colville. Go talk to them. Go buy stuff from them. And the village elder went off. He's like, those guys are heathens. They do drugs. They drink. They have whores. We need to go purge them.
What the fuck?
So like this guy was going off like real like immersion. I'm like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. This is so cool. So we start walking up there, and me and like the Green Beret undercover guy we're like, okay, I guess we're gonna go do this. I guess we're gonna go talk peace with the travelers and whatnot. So we get into the village. And we see a traveler, and he starts going off. He's like, you're the spawn of Satan, and blah, 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 blah. You guys are heathens, and we're here to purge you.
What the fuck?
And this chick goes, bring me the baby. You guys want to know what the baby was?
A grenade launcher?
An RPG!
That's sick,
This chick walks out with an RPG, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I reach into my pocket, and I have, like, a grenade in my pocket with my thumb in the pen, like, all right, I guess
we're gonna die together.
And, like, he keeps like spewing like religious beliefs and like how they need to convert their ways and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yep. Are we done yet? Nope. Okay. And like I'm looking at the CIA undercovers. I'm like,
shut this motherfucker up.
And I'm like, guys, we're gonna die. And like, they're laughing the whole time because like this is funny as fuck. Like, okay. So he goes off and talks to like the village elder because the traveler's like, hey, go give this to somebody. Signed his death warrant.
Really?
That was the mark of, hey, go shoot this guy.
Fuck yeah.
So like we're sitting there, I'm talking to him. Oh, you guys got any jobs? They're like, oh yeah, well we need escorted to the quote unquote bathroom. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll find the van guy and blah, 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 blah.
Damn, so you literally are just a, like, handyman in this situation. You just pay me?
Yeah,
I'm going to go. Whatever. Wow.
Yeah.
You were very busy this weekend.
It was so much fun.
Or that weekend.
Yeah, it was so great. And so I sit there and I talk.
So good.
And then I see this skull with a candle in it. And it's like the candle's like bleeding from its eyes. I'm like, that is the most metalist thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's metal, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, the Insurgent style games would be fun.
Dude, it would, man. You could build your own role, be your own dude.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, come in any costume, anything.
Dude, it was great. They asked about like Wade was like, "Yo, where's the task force guys?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, this is not their event." Like,
Nah, and I
I
wouldn't
don't
even been
know.
able to make it anyway.
Now
Now I want to go to next one.
Now I would like to go to the next one, yeah, because like just playing a bullshit game where I can walk around and just make
dude.
my own fun, I guess.
That would
You know,
be
like,
fucking sick.
like maybe not even be so much worried about the gunfighting portion, but like have it going on where you can dabble in it, but then also like make your own part of the story too, like smuggling beans and
like
fucking
Snake was the reason for this to happen, but that caused that guy to die and you to sell drugs to his brother for being sad.
right,
That'd be fucking sick. And I come stab his brother.
right, shit like that.
Yeah, I'd be in.
so
Like I can get into that.
pissed off all the travelers.
Shatton's probably like, God damn it, I've been telling you fucking assholes that you need to do an Insurgents game.
Dude, it was so much fun. I had a blast. So, pissed off the travelers really bad. I didn't piss them off. I was like, this is pretty cool. Like,
But you were there,
I was there.
affiliation.
Oh, do they hate? Everyone in the Northern Tribe hated Southern Tribe, and Southern Tribe hated Northern Tribe by the end of like the weekend. So we sit there, and we're just like talking, and Isaac's like, "Ah, do you guys think the game?" Like, "Yeah, it's okay. Like, it's going good." We brought a vehicle. Well, not we. Well, we did. Wichita crew brought a vehicle. That sounds fun. Better than a country faction. I don't know what that means, but we brought a vehicle to do smuggling stuff, and we literally didn't really use it for smuggling.
Right.
So
That's
we're like,
weird.
yeah. Which I'll get to the end. At the end, I'll say the pros and cons of the game. And so we're sitting there talking, telling them how we think the game. I'm like, dude, I'm coming next year. Like,
Yeah, facts.
Like,
Like,
let me know when next year is.
what the dude? Like this shit's broke. My fault. Go ahead.
So I'm like, yeah, like, dude, I love this. This is so much fun. Like, I'm having a blast. He's like, dude, thanks. Like, we appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm coming to War Games. I'm coming to the next Mud Crab. Oh, I don't know if you guys heard it yet, but not this year's War Games. This year's War Games is still on Labor Day, but there's talks of them moving War Games to a different date. Because Isaac really wants to go to Copperhead.
That opens up Copperhead.
Yes.
That opens up the opportunity to go fucking ruin my life in Copperhead.
Yeah. So
that would be fucking dope.
The driest.
Because Mac was
The
like,
driest.
yo, what's their next event? And I'm still thinking about going to that actual 48-hour, like, super, super hardcore game. I'm still thinking.
The real sim.
The real sim.
I don't know, dude. We got my version of Milsim. We got 40-hour Milsims, and then we got Real Sim. Like, did we have to add that third tier?
Real
Do I
sim-
need some guy
Real Sim is,
to
is-
like knife
Real
hand me
Sim-
because I shot somebody?
Real sim is basically like
Hard military.
almost the exact match of Milsim West.
Yeah.
Like they do things a little bit differently.
And
Okay.
the Russian
style.
CEO is the guy that puts that on. Really cool dude at the end of the weekend when I actually got to talk to him.
Sure, I
Like,
believe
in
it.
the role play, that guy was an asshole.
Yeah, he's Russian CO.
Yeah.
The guy who puts it on is the dude who runs the Death Reapers, or
Death
Dude.
Raiders?
yeah. the Death
Really?
Reapers, yeah.
Really? I did not know that. Shut up, dude. Okay.
Dude's really cool.
Yeah.
So we go up to the village. We go back. We make dinner. Well, dinner. Like I keep eating Uncrustables. My
Grape. You sick fuck.
grape
Grape.
is the best Uncrustable, and I will fight her every day on it.
Nobody
What?
should. You say strawberry's better. I feel like.
Oh, that says Kylie.
I hope you step on a fucking Lego or something in the hallway.
I thought that said Kyle. Sorry, I just glanced at it. Never. So go ahead.
So like we go back, and then like, hey guys, there's gonna be a night game. We're like, okay, cool. Well,
Can't see.
can't see anything. That lasted a whole 5 minutes.
And then rain.
No, it didn't rain at all the rest of the night.
Wow.
Like, after like Saturday morning, it stopped raining. It was pretty great. Like it sprinkled here and there, and so then like, I was like, all right, well,
How was the temperature?
Was it
It's-
hot? Muggy?
no, it was perfect.
No, dude.
Like that,
He
See,
says
now
Dan.
I feel like I missed out.
like that white shirt, that short sleeve shirt
was enough.
was enough all weekend for me.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I go to bed
Okay. Okay.
and I wake up pretty decently early because we got to go vote now. Because there's so much unrest. I love that picture of me. Yeah, that's the skull with the candle bleeds. And I took a photo. I was like, wait. So I was like, can I take this photo? And they're like, oh, you'll only be slightly cursed. And I'm like,
Deal.
I
sell drugs.
I got a person to uncurse me.
I sell drugs. Okay.
Oh, I love this. Watch.
This is the video to go with the picture. Get it? No.
Look at his face. He's like, what the fuck?
I can't believe
Oh!
I actually missed it.
You bought the sunglasses.
Yeah.
You never said you did.
Oh yeah.
You never mentioned me back saying you bought it. How did you like the
I loved
Oakley M frames?
So
Hella worth it.
3 minutes in, I fogged.
Instant.
Instant fog.
Took the insert out. Game was changed.
No, I took the Oakley
Rubber.
anti-fog and was like, no more fog. Rest of the weekend.
Yeah, the Oakley anti-fog is dope.
Huh. I just been running illegal for the past year.
I just take the rubber off my fucking eye insert.
Fair. Shout out.
So we're like, all right, guys, we're
We're not talking about how to break the rules.
No,
in the game at
please
all.
don't do that. But
Please don't break
I'm
rules.
me.
Keep yourself protected.
I'm me,
As a
and I
matter
will
of
do
fact,
to me
you
what I
should
wanna
wear
do.
some like diving goggles while you're also wearing your Oakleys over
And a
that.
dye mask.
Yeah, you should.
Did not realize we're going to super hardcore
Wear
like
a
speed
face shield.
QB people right now, but whatever.
You need a COVID face shield.
Sunday. What was Sunday?
Sunday, so we wake up and we're gonna go vote because there's civil unrest and Northern Tribe wants to succeed from the Union and make their own country
Right.
called Crab Rack.
Crab rack. Yeah, dude. That's.
Dude, this game is literally like
Oh my god. That's fucking awesome.
it's like literally like every U.S. like scenario that's happened. Like the U.S. goes in is like, okay, cool, cause fucking mayhem, so we can invade.
Right. Desert Storm.
Yeah. So we go sit there. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna go vote. Yeah. We're like, we're gonna rig the election.
Yeah. You have to.
So
Stop the count.
Stop the count.
so like
exactly.
we're sitting there. And like the Russian CEO is like on our side, patting us down, making sure we're not doing anything illegal. And we have like a Green Beret on the other side, patting their people down, making sure they're not doing anything illegal. And meanwhile, our whole tribe was yelling like things like, "The fucking Democrats are going to steal the election. The Democrats are rigging the election. The Republicans are here. They're here to rig the election." Like we're going off, spewing like, "Boo!" Like
Boo.
so.
Country suck.
Yeah. So like, voting is stupid. So we go down there and we vote. So then one of my buddies goes back down there again.
That changes up or just straight walks
changes
back?
different clothes and it's like walks back down, votes again.
What the fuck?
Oh, dude, it's great. It's like it's better. Another guy does it. I'm like, oh, I can do this. So like we change clothes. I walk down. He goes, "Nah, you've already been down here." And I'm like, "No, I haven't. I'm not wearing the same.
I'm not Habib.
I'm not Habib.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
what do you want from me?" It's like, "No, I know you. No, you're not." I'm like, I've made myself too known in these people.
Yeah. Yeah, you've only, fucked up the whole country fight thing just
Yeah.
by walking around.
Yeah. And so I walk up to the Green Beret guy that's been like in disguise the whole week, and I'm like, "Are you gonna go vote?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So he walks down, and I walk up to Mac and the Green Beret guys, and I was like, "Yo, you guys should go vote." And they're like, "Nah, we can't go vote." And I'm like, "Yeah, you can.
Why not?
Why not?" And he's like, "True." So like I start stripping, and I'm like, "Yo, here's some clothes. Green Berets go vote." I walk to the other side of the bridge, walk down, and I'm like, "I'm gonna go vote again. Yeah, look at me being sneaky." Oh, dude, they had a total, like, they knew who was in their tribe. They're like, "You're not from here." And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "Yes, I am." They're like, "No, you're not." I'm like, "All right, whatever. Like, I'm not going to keep trying."
Yeah.
Like, you got me. So, like, I walk back. And then my friends decide to strip down basically nude. They pull off their shirts. They take off their pants. And they just walk down in their boxers.
What?
The Russian CEO was just like, yo, if the nude guys can do whatever they want, I
Yeah,
don't care
they
anymore.
don't give a. We don't care anymore.
So then, like, wait, and they're like, okay, the election is over. The polls are closed. Go back to your tribe. Go back to your homes. We will let you know the election. We're like, oh, dude, this is rigged.
Yeah, hard rigged.
This is rigged.
Hard rigged.
It was 50-20.
Holy shit.
They didn't have 50 people at all. They're like, and the tribe leader was like, all right, guys, time for a genocide.
Genocide.
And we're like, yes! Finally, our time has come.
Get the holy water.
So we basically like go grab our guns and just walk up to Colville and just have a firefight all day.
That's sick.
And like us just hanging out with the people. And so then I walk back because I died. And I'm like, I don't want to walk all the way back to Colville just to die. And then walk all the way back.
Yeah.
That would suck.
That would suck.
So then I'm just sitting in camp and I see Mac and two other dudes. They captured the Russian CEO.
I could see that. Mm-hmm. Go, yeah.
And so, like, we're just talking and bullshit and having a good old time. Like, all right, well, we'll take you back up to Colville and just release you because we did what we wanted. Because this Russian CEO wanted to talk to the village elder the whole time.
That's it.
That's it. That's what he wanted to do, and he got captured. And he's like, all right, cool. So we go down, we go up there, and we're just talking, like, catching up. It was just a good weekend. Like,
It was just good.
talked to the Russian CEO, and the Russian CEO was like, this sucked.
So
like,
who won?
No idea.
So there was no winner.
There's
It
no
was just straight corruption from the beginning.
straight corruption from the United States government.
As usual. Like,
The secret ingredient is crime.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. It sell drugs to the populace, have a fucking war going between two countries, have an internal war of
Have the
fighting
U-
drugs.
Have the U.S. fund the drug trade.
Right. The U.S. always funds everything. That's why they just keep printing money. And then it's just perfect. It's a perfect scenario. And then you can be a
boom,
civilian.
Like, the U.S. gets what they want, and then the U.S. can just walk in and be like, okay, what's up? Democracy!
Democracy. We're going to nuke you or fucking,
Yeah.
invade your country.
Yeah, democracy is here. So,
And then you get places like Dubai. You're welcome.
it was a pretty good weekend. Like, 10 out of 10. Can't wait.
So next year we're pinning that on the board of doing.
So, the pros.
Yes.
The pros were, it was a great event.
Okay.
Had a lot of fun. Like, they supplied us BBs. We bought out our tribe's BBs in a matter of like 30 seconds
Nice.
because they were trying to build like an economy, and I'm not smart enough to understand what that means.
Same. I just
Like, how do you make an
Just a-
economy in a BB war game? But I didn't.
drugs.
Look, I'm not smart. I can just deliver furniture.
Right.
Like, I play Tetris all day.
I play Tetris all day.
The cons for me were there was not like enough missions for like.
So they left it really open. If no one had a bright idea to do something, just nothing happened.
Yeah, and
I can understand.
I was talking to Isaac about it. I was like, yeah, dude, like we brought a car for smuggling missions, and like there was no smuggling missions. He's like, yeah, we're gonna work on that.
Yeah,
Like-
for sure.
Because also it's like a fine balance where, oh, we did this mission too much, and now there's way too much money in the economy,
Right.
and
Circulation's too
Yeah.
much. We need to even it out.
yeah,
But that hopefully, I don't want them to go okay full mission list because that makes it a normal milsim at that point.
oh, no, so like
I want you to keep it role play esque, but the next time people are used to doing it. They understand the fundamentals.
they were like, oh, we could like they had like a CIA briefcase guy come in, and he's like, we ran that like twice, and then like Saturday night they realized we could have ran that way more.
Right.
And it was like, all right, cool. And they're like, okay, cool. Next time, like, you let us know. Like, we'll make sure that we get smuggling missions for
Yeah.
you guys. Like,
Well, and you know what? That's growing
but
pains.
yeah, it's growing pains. I was
It's
like,
all it is.
like, I'm not mad at them at all. Like,
No.
this is their first event that,
And
they
it sounded like it
went
turned
in
out
like
good.
blindfolded, and they're like, they did still have a hell of a job. Like,
Out of 10.
What's the cons?
cons, there wasn't like enough like quote unquote missions to go do. Like I was never like our tribe was like really never approached to like, hey, you guys want to go do this?
So you guys did more going than they did coming to you.
Yeah, we had to go find them, which is
But
cool.
also you're a civilian population too, right? So there's not really any real structure per se.
Yeah. I didn't really think it was a con, but camping in the thing and getting attacked, I didn't care.
Sure.
Right, that's part of it.
Because I was like, that's literally part of the event.
the
Like,
whole point is to be in the game constantly.
maybe like check your fire or something. I don't know. Like,
Right.
I was fine with getting shot while I was trying to like open an Uncrustable, going.
That's the fucking point.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
The point is like, yo, if you're gonna fucking sit down and eat, guess what?
it can
You
happen.
probably need to have somebody who's fucking on watch.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Again,
the fuck,
and then
it's real.
Guess what happened? We went and attacked Russian base. Made them so mad they said, "Hey, we need a peace treaty because we're tired of being
Right.
attacked."
That's because
Right.
if you do it
'Cause
right,
they
you do it
didn't
well.
have the right security either.
Right.
Same shit.
So
Same premises.
definitely gonna pin this on the board to go to next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Copperhead, if they really do that
Yeah.
this year.
It was a really good event. Like I walked up there and like Wade's mom was making hot dogs,
That's sick.
and they're like, "Here you go, have some hot dogs."
Now here's some food.
I was like, "Oh, dude, this is the best." And then went and hung out with Jesus.
yeah, dude.
Went and hung out with his boys. Met some of his boys. Those guys were cool as
Minions
fuck.
of Mattis.
Minions of Mattis, and just did a whole bunch of hood rat shit with my hood rat friends.
I like it.
It was a bit. I'm trying to think of more stuff to say.
I'm sad I did not go.
You know, I am kind of disappointed now, but the timing would have been bad anyway.
True.
I wanted to have
Dude,
been able to do it.
I wasn't gonna go. Like I went to a Wichita open play,
Yeah.
and my buddies were like, "Hey, Skull, are you gonna go to this?" I was like, "No, I'm saving up my PTO for this thing." And they're like, "Oh no, save your PTO for this thing." And I said, "All right, let me go put it in." 2 weeks later, I'm in Oklahoma going, "All right."
But it's easy to say yes, I'm going to Oklahoma compared to fucking Nevada
Yeah.
or fucking California. So sure, it was a good choice. You know, you wanted to go play and you made it happen.
Motherfucking gas, dude.
Dude, oh my fucking god! In Florida, diesel was $5.99.
Dude, diesel just like the
It's
other day
$4.99 here.
Just the other day, diesel was like $5.05 here.
What the fuck?
I was like,
Yeah, and Quick Trip, like
was
they're
like-
scamming me out of my fuel points.
dude,
I'm
like
kinda
Yeah,
mad about
gas,
think we
gas like
got-
$4.15 a gallon.
Fair. That's fair. But I'm still out here fucking romping
Motherfucker.
everywhere. Cause you know what? I don't care. You're gonna get my money one way or another.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
Who knew that just shutting down a pipeline would just cripple
All
an
right, we're
economy?
getting political here.
I did,
I mean,
and I'm not even a smart dude.
just saying. Just throwing that out
Politics fucking suck. Let's go sell beans.
Let's
Have
go
a-
sell beans.
Skyler.
I can't wait for next year.
Me either.
Like,
there. Could be good.
dude. Also, Mac is like, "Hey, Skyler, so next year you're gonna do Green Berets, right?" I'm like, "Dude,
No,
that's
fuck
like
no.
that's like so hardcore." But like, I get to hang out with you, but like that's so hardcore that I don't want to
It's
do.
like next year you're doing Green Berets and you're like, dying? No.
Yeah, dying.
I was
no.
like, "How was your guys' camping?" And you're like, "Oh, we were wet the whole time."
Right.
I'm like, "I was wet."
See, I'm not lying. I'm a pussy. I like it a certain way.
I don't know. Part of me also wouldn't mind though, because it would be like
I just walk around my
just walk- I would
poncho
just
and
walk
shit,
around
but
with my
like
poncho and my
and some
my
like,
fucking
waiters.
Oh, yeah.
my
fucking-
hammock and a poncho. Just throw the fucking
Right.
poncho over the top.
Fucking Kylie went home for her brother's graduation, and gas was $5.
Dumb.
That's stupid. What the fuck?
Right?
So, sounds like this was a 10 out of 10 experience.
10 out of 10 experience. Can't wait.
We're going to round to it.
Yeah.
Us three.
Yeah.
There's a chance we might hit Copperhead this year.
No, Copperhead
Next year.
Copperhead.
Okay,
would be
but
next year.
but we're still on to
War Games.
War Games is a for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, I'm going to War Games with the Wichita guys because we're going to go do hood rat shit.
So what are we doing?
War Games is our next for sure.
Okay.
Like that's the one.
So
for
you're gonna
sure.
go run with your guys, and we run with. We haven't decided
I
yet.
don't know. We haven't
Mac's not
decided
going to
yet.
be there.
Yeah, Mac's not gonna be there.
Haven't decided yet.
Okay. Well,
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
We
I
got stuff for
invited.
Green Team.
No, you
But
gotta
we
still
also
play
got
with
stuff
the
for
people.
Tan Team now too.
We
right?
do. No, I gotta buy whole new camis. So either way, I gotta buy a new set of cams.
Yo, let's just go buy. Let's go buy splatter camo.
I'm not ever.
Dude, oh, the best part. So that orange robe, if you opened it up, it had Crown Royal bags as like pouches. And like I walked up to this dude and like I opened it up and he goes, "Is that Crown Royal pouches?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen."
That is actually badass.
Where
The
did
whole
you get
inside
this?
the jacket.
Yeah, inside the
fucking-
jacket. I was like, "You guys want to great?"
Did you sew those in there?
Had a buddy of mine sew it because
Hell yeah.
I am not very good at sewing.
Fair enough.
But I was like, "You want to know the great thing about this thing?" He was like, "Well," I'm like, "It's got pockets."
It's got and then just like nut sacks of just beans.
Saw a suicide vest. That was pretty cool.
Dude, I'd be down.
Almost got shot with an RPG that's a 40 mic. That would not have been fun.
That would have not been fun.
I feel like that would have been a really good game to buy those landmines.
Yeah, you like bury him, step on, goes poof.
Blows out like baby powder.
Oh, and then
That would be sick.
that would be pretty sick. But you'd have to monitor it.
No,
Dude, I would have put it right outside my fucking door. Like on the main path that somebody was going to walk up to. I would have told
And you'll
all
hear
my
it.
homies. I told all my homies like, "Yo, this is where it's at. Just don't step
Right.
on it." And then when some fuck come walking up who shouldn't have been there,
you hear kink poof.
covered in baby powder,
Fuck you.
I'd have
So,
laughed.
Hard.
so you guys know those turkey vultures?
Yeah.
Like real life animal turkey
Yeah.
vultures? Yeah, so I found one of their babies. Like, I'm just
Did you
walking
kick it?
around. No. I was looking for drugs. I was looking for the seeds.
No, I didn't kick the turkey vulture's baby. You sick fuck.
I thought about taking it home. Straight up, I was like, dude, I want to take this home.
Mini Habib.
I don't want it to eat my eyes while I'm laying in my
Right.
bed.
So, like, I'm sitting there, I'm like staring at it. Did you know those things hiss?
No.
No.
Actually,
They hiss, and I'm like, what is this animal that's hissing at me that looks like a bird, like a featherless bird?
I will kill you.
And it was like hissing at me, and I'm like, should we pull it out? And then my Christian was like, nah, dude, like, it's obviously been there for a reason.
Right.
And I'm like, I guess I'll be smart and just leave it alone. Go back Saturday morning because it rained. I was like, oh, I wonder if it's still there or if it's dead. No, it's gone.
Someone came and took him.
Mama must have came and picked it up its baby and just.
You fucking with the wrong side. We going to the other side.
Yeah, something happened to it.
Yeah.
Like like a fucking bobcat came up and took
just
it. Like, don't worry, I'll
Well, no,
warm
like it
you
freaked
up.
me out. I was like, "What is this animal that's hissing at me that looks like a featherless chicken?" It's like,
Is
and I'm
that
like,
a hissing dodo bird?
yeah. I was like, "What in Oklahoma is going on here?"
I don't know. Bears.
Nasty would be like, "Oh, there's snakes out here. I bet."
What? I like
somewhere.
snakes.
Somewhere there's a snake. I bet.
No,
I
it's
only
spiders.
had like 3 ticks.
It's spiders. Only
There's
3
spiders
ticks?
I only
everywhere.
had like 3 ticks, and like 2 of them were on my tent.
Wow. So
And like everyone was like freaking out about ticks. And I'm like,
Avon.
you've never gone camping?
right, you've never had a
you've
tick
never
on your
been to
nutsack.
D-Day?
I've had one on the tip of my pecker.
That's
That was
sad.
really hard. I was like sitting there like trying, like, Skylar, are you jerking off over there in the woods? I'm like, no, I'm trying to get this tick off.
With a knife.
No, just like my fingernail, like trying to peel it up.
Rough,
Yeah.
dude.
It sucked.
Rough. You know what?
Should have burned it off.
Yeah,
Cut it off.
cut it off. No more grandchildren, Mom. Sorry.
So on that note of penis tick,
Go check out Mudcrab Milsim. Shout out Wade, Isaac, their family. Like
everybody.
their females are cool AF. Watched Wade step into a mud puddle as soon as he put dry shoes on. That was the funniest thing. Like, he got out of his car to see what we were doing, and he's like, so I'm like,
Nerd.
nerd.
And he sank.
And then we bought confetti cannons to shoot at people.
Yeah, dude.
And
That's
then
sick.
Isaac was like, can you please not shoot that? Because then we got to clean it up. So then we shot them at each other.
He still had to clean him up. Anyway,
Still had to. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
thank you, Skylar, for coming over tonight.
Yeah.
Always.
I
And
was
explaining,
excited to hear.
make me jealous because I was sitting there like we could have really had fun.
To hear the game that we missed.
Yeah, we could have really had fun, and I feel shit.
But now I'm at like, okay, so I've been to a 40-hour, quote-unquote, hard game. Do I set the next boundary to
No.
go this really 48-hour harder core game?
no,
I kind of want to. I just want to see
Listen,
like.
okay. Listen. I'll do it.
I feel like
I'll do it, but
insurgent-
I do my own thing. I will run with you. But if you're like, we're going to sprint 6 miles, I'll look you dead in your fucking face and say,
Right.
this is not nasty. This is Steven. Ain't happening.
I don't know. I've lost some weight. I feel like so. I feel like it'd be maybe
Okay.
a little bit better. But
Maybe.
I'm not. I mean, like 48,
That doesn't mean my knees
like, bro. Like
change.
knowing who runs the game.
That's the whole
That's
key.
the problem right there.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
I'm like, damn, he's hard as fuck. They go hard as fuck.
Right.
I'm like, I just want to.
You know what, though? Nothing a handful of beans won't fix.
This is true.
So, I mean, you know what, Skylar? We can take that step together. But just know that could ruin our
No, this is
relationship.
this was like quote unquote hard. I found it like okay.
But but it was a different theme.
It was
of
a
hard.
different like experience.
Right,
for
it's
me.
not Pennsylvania, radio silence.
I've never
40.
been to Pennsylvania radio silence.
Right, so that's hard.
The worst part was having to drive 24 hours back.
And the constant barrage.
But I don't think a 40-hour necessarily would be terrible.
No, but
if
I
it was
will.
only a 2-hour drive.
But I will. You guys remember how you said like by the time you were done at that 48-hour in Pennsylvania, you guys hated each other?
Yeah.
I felt that. Like by the time the game was done, someone would start talking to me, and I'm like, I really don't like
Yeah,
you right now.
just shut the fuck
shut
up.
up. Like I just want to fight. Like I'm
just
tired.
just
I want to
wanna
go home.
fight.
I want to shower.
Well, for us at that point, I think
It was not the game.
We
it was
left-
the road home.
Yo,
the
we
trip
left.
home.
We left Wednesday after work, and then we drove all night, all day, and then ended up in Pennsylvania.
At
At
night.
the time, we would have gotten off work, just a couple hours after that.
the next day.
The next day,
I was just
nonstop.
like,
Then we hung out Thursday night, and we started the stuff on Friday.
And have played the 40.
Played
And
the
then
40,
instantly
and then
turned.
instantly had to get in the car and drive another 24, which is what the problem was.
but no.
Had that 24-hour trip back only been like 2 hours, it would have been golden because we didn't really fight until we made St. Louis.
Right, and that was like
That
hard
was like
hit.
that. At this point, you were like 100 hours or so in.
Yeah.
I feel like.
But I was just like, man, I'm really tired of people right now. I
It
could
gets
care.
that way.
So also, this is like last little bit. We're coming back and we stop in Columbus, Kansas, this little town right before you get to Oklahoma. And we stop at this McDonald's. Landing orders his order, right? They get it wrong. They get it wrong again. And then they tell him, all right, fix it yourself.
What?
Like, they're like, he's like, yeah, you guys gave me like a hamburger, but you didn't put any like cheese or like ketchup or mustard or pickles on it.
So they let him walk back there?
No, they didn't walk back there, but like they're like just hand him a ketchup and mustard package. Like, here you go.
What the fuck?
And he was like, what?
Not even people in Wichita are that fucking fucked.
See, this just goes to show you, like, McDonald's sucks everywhere.
ass.
Fuck McDonald's. But also, sometimes I want McDonald's.
Sometimes
Like
Daddy
right
wants
now,
McDonald's.
I'm debating Taco Bell.
I have not had Taco Bell.
Oh,
in, like,
dude, Taco
years.
Bell's always on the up and up.
I don't know
Chicken
though, but
quesadilla,
dude.
never wrong.
2
I don't
chicken
know.
quesadillas, 3 soft tacos, meat, cheese only, a side of the cinnamon twist, and a large Dr. Pepper.
That's what we'll take for our order. We'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.